Hello and welcome to this week's session. So today we're going to do your Wheel of Life analysis, and this is a really good one to check in on every now and then just to see how all areas of your life are going, where you're winning, what's working well, and where those gaps are between where you are now and where you want to be in those different areas of your life. So it's a really good tool to just get that good perspective, make sure all of your spokes on your wheel are doing well and balanced, because if you've got some that are really low and out of balance, you're obviously going to have a very clunky wheel and not be feeling fulfilled in all areas of your life. So that's what today's exercise is, and let's get started now. So as you can see on the screen, I've got a Wheel of Life here for you to use as a guide to fill in. And what I'd like you to do, I can send you a copy of this as well, but for now, let's just get you to draw one up for yourself, okay? This can be your rough copy, and just draw that circle to start with, and then we're going to fill it in for each of these different areas. Okay, so just give you a moment to draw your wheel. Doesn't have to be perfect. And if you need to go and get something to draw with, just stop the video obviously and come back when you're ready. Okay, so just drawing that Wheel of Life, all right, and then we're going to fill in each of those sections, starting with your physical health. Okay, so just put that wherever you would like to. There's no particular order that it needs to go in. All right, but you'll obviously spread these out around the wheel. Physical health to start with. Emotional health. Relationship with your significant special person, or that beautiful person that's coming. But just be honest, when we rate it, you'll sort of get a sense of where you're at, and then we're going to look at how we can fill in those areas. Okay, family being the next category. Friends. Spiritual health. Your job or career, your work, your finances, your sense of purpose, and the last one being brightness of life or fun. Okay, just really it's just that, how much enjoyment and fun and brightness of life you have there. Okay, so you've got all of those different areas now. Now what I'd like you to do is just to score each of them from 1 to 10, and just sort of shade in that, sort of, first of all, draw where you think that would be at. So 1 being in the middle, 10 being the highest towards the outside of the Wheel of Life. And just want you to just sort of put a dot to start with. So let's just start with a dot for each one. Okay, so just go around one at a time, give it a score from 1 to 10, 1 being in the middle, 10 being on the outside of the wheel. So obviously 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. Go around, score each one. Usually best not to overthink it, just go with, you know, what your first thoughts are on that, because you'll know. Okay, if you need a bit more time, just stop the video, finish that. And now what I'll get you to do is just to draw a line so that you actually are starting to just go with the circle, but just draw where that came to. And what you'll do is you'll just start drawing that line in each segment so that you start to get a bit of a wheel within the wheel. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. All right, and then you'll just sort of start to see where things are a little bit balanced or non-balanced in different areas as well. So you can just sort of shade that in. All right, so shade in that section for each one. Okay, so if you need more time to do that, or if you want to do some colouring in, just stop the video, keep going and come back on when you're ready. So now that you've given them a rating between 1 and 10, what I would like you to do is really, first of all, look at those areas where you are excelling. So where are those scores, those areas of your life that are quite high and you are doing really well at, okay? And I'm sure there is some, maybe you're a bit of a hard marker on yourself, but just look at those ones that have come in higher. And what I would like you to do is just to look at, what's working well, and most importantly, why. Why are those areas of your life doing better? And this is really important because success leaves clues. And what we want to find is, what is working in these areas and how we can use that awareness into those other areas of your life. Okay, so I want you to just have a look at that and start to write down all the reasons why things are going well in that area. Maybe these are the areas you give most of your time and energy. Maybe you're more positive. Maybe you're, there's no resistance in those areas. Maybe they're things that you just enjoy. So naturally that's what you want to do more of. Just have a look at that and why, those areas are working well for you. Okay, awesome. So what I get you to do is just pause the video now. Take as long as you want on this process because this is really good information and it's really nice to celebrate the wins and what's working well and using that information of why these areas are working well in your life because that's going to be really helpful when we start filling in the gaps. So just pause the video, come back on when you're ready, and then we will continue. Okay, great. How did you go? So what I'd like you to look at now is what does a 10 look like in all of these areas for you? Okay, so what we want to look at is what is a 10 in each area of this. I want you to get a feel for what that would be like for you. What's a 10 like in your relationships, in your emotional health, in your physical health? Go around and what I'd like you to do is now fill that in and just get clear about what you would like these areas of your life to look at, to look like. And once you've done that, again, pause the video, take as long as you want, even step into that, just look at, okay, if I had a 10 in this area, what would that look and feel like for me? So go around, do each one, because that's going to help us to look at where the gaps are and how we can fill those gaps in. So please just go and do that now and come back on once you've done that. Okay, great. How did you go? So the next step in this process is to look at, how can you achieve that? So how do we fill the gaps between where you're at in each area and that 10 that you have seen what is possible for you? So what I'd like you to do now is just to go around for each one and look at some actions that you could do to fill in those gaps, okay? Or what needs to change in your life to fill in those gaps. So just want you to just take some time with that. Again, pause the video, take as long as you want to do that and really make the most of this process and then come back on when you are ready. Okay, very good. So what I would like you to do really is just to now start to summarize what those actions will be. What are your priority actions? And you'll know what they are, because what are those things that are the most important for you to change and action right now? And what you might find is that bringing up the scores in one area will bring up the scores in other areas as well. So look at those things where you could look at, okay, if I was to change this area of my life, could that then have an impact on other areas as well? Okay, and so you'll start to see some crossovers there also. Okay, so just want you to just make a summary of those actions, what things need to change, what those actions are. We don't want a really big long list, obviously, but just start to look at the priority actions around that. And once you've done that, come back on and we're going to do a really beautiful, powerful exercise to finish. Okay, well done. So from that, you should have a really good, clear indicator now about how you can achieve a 10 or even an 8 to 10 in all of those areas, and what needs to change for you to have that. Okay, so to finish up now today, because I know you'll get started and start taking action on this, and I look forward to hearing your feedback on it. And to finish up today, I'm going to get you to do a really powerful meditation where you're going to start to really step into that. Okay, so I'd like you to just close your eyes for me and take a nice deep breath in and breathing out. Just taking another nice deep breath in and breathing out. And one more nice deep breath in. And as you're breathing out, I first of all really want you to acknowledge yourself today for how far you've come and for all of those achievements and wins and successes already going so well for you in your life. Okay, and as you start to really acknowledge yourself for that, I would like you to just imagine and remember a time where you felt so confident, where you felt really confident and really, really wonderful, on top of the world. Maybe it was something you achieved, maybe it was just a time in your life where you just felt really good. One of those really special moments where you knew that everything and anything was possible. And I really want you to just step into that, feel it, remember what that felt like for you. Just really enjoy how good that feels. What was happening for you? Just take it all in. And now with that awareness and that confidence, I want you to really just step into that for all areas of your life now. Take that with you as you start to just imagine and step into, first of all, having a 10 in your physical health. What would that feel like for you? Taking that confidence, just knowing that I can have that. What is that for you? And just really step into that now. Now I want you to just see and feel yourself doing those small steps towards that, whatever that is for you. Maybe it's just making that time a few days a week to get to the gym, or starting to eat better, starting to look after yourself in some way. Just want you to start to really just step into that, those small actions towards having that. I want you to do the same for your emotional health. What is a 10 for you? Is it feeling happy and whole and just completely fulfilled? What is that for you? Maybe really confident. I want you to step into that with confidence and just really get a sense of what that is like for you. Feeling very self-assured. Maybe you even start to just see yourself smiling and laughing, feeling proud, whatever that is. And now I just want you to see those steps along the way. See those little steps towards that and how easy that is to achieve. I want you to do it for your relationship with your significant other, your partner. Okay, just again with total confidence, taking that confidence and really stepping into that, just getting a sense of what's happening, how that feels, what you can see. Just looking at any little steps along the way towards that. Now I just want you to pick one or two more other areas that you want to do this process with today. Okay, what are those key areas for you? Is it your family? Is it friends? Is it your spiritual health? Maybe it's your job and career, or your finances. Maybe it's that sense of purpose, or just your brightness of life and all that fun and enjoyment. I want you to pick those areas for you and just pick the next one, whatever that is. And I want you to step out into that with that total confidence, whatever a 10 would be for you. And really just get a sense of that you are already living that now. And now looking through your own eyes in that experience. Noticing how you're feeling, what's happening, whatever you can see and hear and feel. Wow, feels so good. And now just seeing those steps along the way, whatever you need to do towards achieving that. Well done. And now the last one, I want you to pick one more area that you are going to step into with that total confidence and just step into whatever that is for you, that 10, and really enjoy that, whatever that is for you, just knowing that it is done. Allowing that and noticing how good it feels. And again, looking at any of those steps along the way to achieving that, and really just stepping into that confidently, just seeing how easy that is to achieve. Seeing and feeling yourself doing that. Wonderful. And when you're ready, just start coming back to the room, and I'd like you to just take a moment to write down whatever came up for you during that, how you felt, what you saw, what was happening, and any of those actions that you started to get a sense of along the way. Maybe there were some other actions there that you really started to become clear about. Okay, now it's really important, it's time to start filling in those gaps. And those small little tweaks, those little changes, you will be amazed at how they start to accumulate and in the end give you those results that you saw and felt was possible for you. Wonderful. So stop the video, finish doing that, and when you're ready, come back on and we will wrap up. Awesome, well done. So the last part of today is to really look at what are you going to action straight away from that. At least 3 definite actions that you could put into place towards that. Maybe it's that it's time to ring your friend and say, hey, do you want to come to the gym with me? Or maybe it's okay, I'm going to get my dating profile happening and it's time to get out there. All right, maybe it's time to start a budget and get on top of your finances. You will know whatever those actions are, but never leave the scene of a goal setting session or one of these sessions without getting some action happening, because that momentum will really help you create more momentum to get the ball rolling, and that's what this is about. Okay, so well done. I can't wait to hear your feedback on that, and look forward to speaking to you very soon. Thank you for joining me today, and have an awesome day.